She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing, child? I wanted to come live. I haven't been live in a very long time, and I'm trying to do better by going live. So I said I'm going to make a commitment to going live at least 4 times a week. And I have, depending on what's going on in the news, I'm thinking Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, unless something crazy happens and we have to jump on. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. So like I said, I wanted to jump on here, and I was thinking we can cover some of the things that's going on in the news. But what did y'all do for Halloween? Did y'all dress up? What y'all do? See, I'm not really into Halloween, simply because it always is something crazy happening. Now, I feel like I can dress up for Halloween if I go somewhere where I know people. But for me, I just feel weird wearing costumes around people I don't know. Y'all know how some people are weird, but I just don't celebrate Halloween. So what y'all do? Do y'all celebrate Halloween? It's just not something I do because people, they weird. So I don't do the Halloween stuff. Yeah, so I just chilled. Didn't really do much. Actually, I stayed in. I typically stay in on Halloween. Y'all know, because people be nice and drunk, right? So I stay in. I don't need to go out for Halloween, but I was wondering what y'all had did. So I'm gonna bring up some topics here, and we can kind of get started because I said I'm gonna go live for 1 hour, y'all. Now sometimes I've been on here and this went on for 8 hours, and I'm gonna make this is not going to happen. It ain't gonna happen. Kimberly said I don't celebrate it. You went to Midtown for Five Guys. Okay, girl, I don't celebrate it because people get too weird with it. I mean, it gets too weird. Like I said, if I was in an environment where people I knew before they put on their costumes, I will feel comfortable. I just don't feel comfortable around people I don't know, and then they got a costume on. You know what I mean? That's just, to me, I just can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, I've never really celebrated it. And in all honesty, growing up as a kid, I don't remember my mother even celebrating Halloween, which is interesting because for my children when they were small, I never bought costumes for them. So I was never ever into the Halloween. You said what color lipstick? This is I'll tell you in a moment. I don't know, but it's like I know it's MAC. It's a MAC red lipstick. I'll have to look I can't remember right now, but I think I put it in the chat before. I'll check for you, Tina. I'll check before this live is over. I'll go look and check. Now, y'all, want to talk about Summer Walker, okay? Because Summer Walker, she attended, I can't remember what event. Maybe y'all can remember. I don't remember, but she attended an award show. I don't remember which award show it was, but she was with an old white man. Now, if y'all look at the official artwork for Finally Over It, she is featuring another old elderly white man. So I'm like, what is Summer Walker trying to tell us? What is she trying to tell us? It is. Yep, it is, Kimberly. It is MAC lipstick. I just cannot remember the color because I actually have two reds that I like. One is Rihanna's red, but the only thing I don't like about the Rihanna red is really creamy, and a lot of times it get on my teeth. So that's the only thing I don't like about that. So I have this Rihanna red, which is a really, really creamy. This one is kind of creamy, but it's not as creamy as that, you know, that Rihanna's red. Like I said, Rihanna red get on my teeth, so I don't like to wear it that much. Somebody said I'm so over Summer Walker, but I'm just like, girl, with the elderly white man. Now I know, you know, the brothers don't be acting right, but baby, I'm not gonna be able to do it. So you can just have that one. She can have the elderly, you can have the old, period. I'm not old like that. I would never, you know what I mean? That would make me get old. I remember y'all, my cousin is about 6 years, I'm sorry, not 6 years, 6 months older than me. So she'll turn 51 next month. And I remember we had to be in our 20s, and the guy that she ended up marrying was when we were 20, he had to be like 50. She's still with him right now. So y'all could imagine how that looks. Oh, you said it's called Ruby something. I'll look at it. I don't even remember the name, but I'm just not into the old men. I'm never gonna be able to get with an old man just because he have money. So I don't know what this is giving, honey. It says, well, it says this looks like a homage of Anna Nicole Smith. Yeah, I'm just not with it. I was just like, girl, what is this giving? Because do anybody remember which award show that was that she showed up with the old man? I cannot remember. But Summer Walker showed up with this old man. And I was like, girl, listen, it ain't never that bad. And sometimes, y'all, it's the men that, you know, we be picking. You know, a lot of times it's just the kind of man you like. You keep picking the same dude. So I'm like, girl, get this old dude up out of here, because it's never, ever, ever gonna work for me. It's never, ever gonna work for me. Now, here's another thing I want to discuss. Now, Yaya Mayweather. Now, I know y'all know who she is. You know, Yaya Mayweather. Somebody says, Summer and I go to the same nail tech, Buckhead Nails. I act like I didn't know who she was as I waited for my nail tech to be done with her. I wanted to try that Buckhead Nails, but girl, that's too far. I live in Duluth. I wanted to try that Buckhead nail place, but I'm not going. That's too far. That's too far. But what's up with Yaya Mayweather? Now, she is posting stuff on social media and saying, now, if y'all recall, you know, Yaya Mayweather, who is Floyd Mayweather's daughter, she got that baby by NBA YoungBoy. If y'all know or remember, she actually went to jail and was charged with some kind of assault because she ended up cutting a girl over NBA YoungBoy. If y'all remember, now this happened in 2020. She was arrested after she had went to NBA YoungBoy's home, and it was, I guess, another girl there, and something ensued where she ended up cutting this girl, ended up getting a record, and I think they said they gave her like deferred prosecution and gave her probation. Well, she takes to social media saying, I apologize to my family, more specifically my father and mother, if any of my actions over the years have embarrassed you or affected you in any way. First of all, girl, take off if any of my actions, because girl, you know you embarrassed. Your father is Floyd Money Mayweather, and you out here cutting up folks. You know you embarrassed them people, especially your father. So she puts this on social media, but here's the deal about her. I feel you still embarrass your father, because it just seems to me that some part of her wants to be with this NBA young boy, and he got a whole wife, but it just to me feels like that she hasn't moved on. Oh, you're talking about the Buckhead nails. You said it's a good place. I'm gonna have to check it out. Well, honestly, too, I go to a nail lady that I really like. So when I find somebody I like, I just really stick with them. So maybe I can go there for a pedicure though. Cause y'all know how these nail techs be. They don't do, they don't do your feet. You know what? What is all that? What's that all about? They don't do feet. Like, how you a nail tech and you don't do feet? Somebody said her daddy ain't a saint. I don't know very much about Floyd Mayweather other than what I see in the news. Now, that's an interesting perspective. You said black gold beauty. You said, to be fair, her daddy ain't no saint. Now, doesn't he have other children? Because I read somewhere that he had other kids, and I was wondering, well, adults. I mean, obviously they're not still kids. Where are they? Where are the other kids? I mean, adults. I only hear about her. So I was wondering where in the hell where the rest of the kids at, because I think I read somewhere where he had 3 by somebody else. So I was just wondering. And then they said that one of his kids' mothers, I guess she passed away. So I don't really know much about Floyd Mayweather other than what I see. And it seemed to be a good father. And that I was just speaking on his parenting skills. I mean, he seemed to be a good father. I was just wondering what happened to the other ones, because I know he had some other kids by somebody else. Well, again, she's saying, to anyone I may have hurt over the years, I apologize. Why do people do apologies and say, if I ever did anything to you or if I ever hurt anyone? I think, girl, just say to people that you feel like you hurt, because I don't like these type of apologies. She says, if she's ever hurt anyone. And then she apologized to, is it LaPatra Jacobs, which is the girl she stabbed. And she says, even though, yes, it was self-defense, I apologize. Girl, is you apologizing to this girl or not? Because she said it was self-defense. Okay, girl. She says, I'm not some stuck-up, entitled, spoiled little rich girl. Maybe a little mean, LOL, but I just want to be better, especially for my child. I want to right my wrongs while I'm still here and able to. And I want y'all to see the real me and not this effed up perception. Huh. Well, girl, maybe stop running behind your baby daddy. Start there. I'm gonna write that down, Kimberly. You said go to Amanda. I'm gonna write that down. Hi, Danielle. So, Yaya is out here issuing apologies for her actions. Now, it says Yaya Mayweather is finally speaking out and taking accountability for her past. The daughter of Floyd Mayweather shared a message on social media apologizing to her family, fans, and anyone she may have hurt over the years, including LaPatra Jacobs. In her post, she says she's sorry to her parents if any of her actions have ever embarrassed them. Girl, you know you embarrassed your father, because her father at one point was getting into it with NBA YoungBoy online, and that was a whole mess. She also apologized to LaPatra, saying that even though it was self-defense, how the hell do you apologize and say, even though it was self-defense? Girl, just don't apologize to it. She says she still wants to take responsibility for her part in what happened. Now, I don't remember everything that had happened with Yaya Mayweather and this girl, but to me, when you say self-defense, are you implying that she had a knife too? Because I don't think that she did, but I don't know. She said, Yaya also addressed how people see her, saying she's not a stuck-up, spoiled little rich girl. She admitted she might be a little mean sometimes, but said she just wants to be a better person, especially for her child. Now, this apology comes years after Yaya was arrested in 2020 for stabbing this girl during an argument at NBA YoungBoy's home. She later took a plea deal and avoided jail time. Now she wants to move forward and show people who she really is, and saying, she's not the, version that she said the internet created. I think she created it. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. What y'all think? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, girl. But what else I got on my list? Did y'all vote yesterday? Because if you didn't, you can't, you would have to wait until what? The presidential race. But the Democrats, obviously they had a huge victory. I early voted. I always early vote. And I early voted actually really early this year. And then I took my sons on Friday, because Friday was actually the last day to early vote, y'all, and it was packed. So I was like, ooh, it was packed. But y'all know the Democrats have gained an advantage, but it ain't the end. Y'all know it ain't the end. This was just the primaries. We still have to vote again during the presidential election. Y'all, we got to continue to vote. I mean, if y'all didn't see nothing, y'all saw this man, Donald Trump, literally come in and try to like pretty much do what the hell he want to do. So that's kind of why voting is important. And also, y'all, it's important to vote and know, like, I'm gonna just be honest. I feel like I'm not either candidate. Like I don't feel like I'm a Democrat or a Republican. Although I normally vote the Democratic way, I normally want to listen to both candidates, but there would be no way in hell that I could have ever voted for Donald Trump. Absolutely not. So if I was a Republican, I would have been a Democrat this time, because I would have never been able to vote for him. And let me just tell you why. Ain't no way a Black person is going to have all them damn many felonies and be able to do shit. So that was a problem for me the whole time. Like, y'all beat the hell out of Obama, made up lies, said he was an alien and all type of shit. And y'all got a whole pedo. Not only do he got all these felonies, a pedo. That was just too much for me. Way too much. And then the fact of the matter, I don't give a damn if I don't need food stamps. I may need them one day. Hopefully not. But I feel like when it comes to, programs for people who may have lost their jobs, the fact of the matter that you telling folks, you're not going to give them their food stamps, and telling people to get a job after you done fired everybody and made companies lay people off is crazy. Okay. That is absolutely crazy. The average person who works a job generally makes enough to pay their damn bill. So if they lose their job, what do you think they're supposed to do? So I couldn't deal with that. Absolutely too much for me. So I voted, and I made sure everybody in my damn house vote. If you live in my house, you don't have the option to not vote unless you want to be homeless. Now, if you want to be homeless, there's a different option. So unless, you don't want to be homeless, you better go vote. Now, Blueface is out of jail. I don't know if you all have had the opportunity to see anything with regards to Blueface, Krishan, Carlissa, but I'm just like, Blueface, take your ass back to jail, because all of y'all crazy. Your mama crazy, Krishan crazy, Jaden act like she crazy. Here we come again with the bullshit. Now, have y'all saw anything about these idiots online? Because it's too much. Hi, Boggs girl. Kimberly says, the orange man creates chaos and fear. I knew not to vote for him. I'm on the same page with you, girl. I couldn't vote for him. If I was rich, I still would never vote for him. He's just despicable. He is embarrassing. It's just too much. When I see him, like if I'm scrolling and I see him, I can't even listen to it. He gets on my nerves. He's so ignorant. Like the things that come out of his mouth, a Black person would never be able to say that and get away with it. So it makes me really angry that he's allowed to act stupid and ignorant. And then you have the news stations that's afraid to criticize him. I'm just like, Y'all lied on Obama, made up shit, and then you got this creepo. Where's the Epstein files? Where's that? Why are we hiding the Epstein files? Because you in it, pedo. So, dude, it's just too much. But what do y'all think about Blueface and this bullshit that's seemingly coming back on our TV screens?
Depends on who you was raised by. And since he was raised by me and his daddy, we understand. And he gave a very clear definition yesterday of why he has to do what he has to do. So we got that coming. In a few weeks, we'll get that DNA back. Everything will start working out. We'll figure it out. I'm sure he'll have the baby and all types of therapy now. I'm so grateful to God that we'll start to get somewhere. Yesterday was real ugly. It was real ugly. But I thought about it and I see now what he means. Like we're all women working off of emotions, and he others. It depends on who you was raised by.
These people I wish they get the hell away. Like all of them. They all crazy. So I guess Carlissa is saying that Blueface is getting a DNA test. Ma'am, he should have got it a long time ago. That baby needs some help. Like seriously. Yeah, Blueface has tattoos all over his face. These people are nuts. So I guess he had gotten out of jail and he had like, I guess they're filming. Here's the deal. I think they're trying to film and do another show, some bullshit. So from what I saw online, it looks like Chris Shine went to touch Jaden's daughter, and the grandmother was like, "Don't touch her," which I kind of understand, because if y'all know the history between those two, Jaden don't want Krishan touching her child. But it's just crazy because why is Krishan even around if y'all feel like y'all don't want her around the other children? Like, I'm just like, this is weird. But I don't give a damn how much you like Krishan. That bitch, something wrong with her. Like, she is crazy. I mean, they say she went and ran after Blueface. Girl, you need to be running after a doctor to get your son some help. Like, girl, why are you doing that baby like that? Like, why are you doing that baby? I remember when my son was born. You see how her son eyes are like crossed like that? He could need glasses. I'm going to tell you why. When my son was younger, he was, I don't know, maybe 1 year old. They told me to get him glasses because they said one of his eyes was weak. So he wore glasses for years. If you saw his eyes, nothing is wrong with his eyes. She needs to take her baby to the damn doctor. Like, what type of mother is she? Like, girl, your baby needs help. Where's the baby's pediatrician? Like, what about the milestones? And Carlissa talking about he gonna get a DNA test. Why y'all didn't be? I tell my sons all the time, if you ever have a child, we going to court. We doing all the necessary stuff. You is not running away with my grandchild. It ain't happening, because we're going to be in court. And if you don't act right, you going to jail. Okay. You will not be taking no child away from us. We're not playing those type of games. But the fact of the matter is, Boggs Girl said, is the baby blind? I be wondering the same thing. Like, something is not right here. And then y'all notice how when Krishan baby is looking, she'll take her hands and cover his eyes. Do y'all notice that? Like, why does she always try to cover his face up? I noticed that she's always trying to like cover his, and I'm like, why does she do that? Like, you literally bring him on camera and then try to cover his face up. But I don't know. And it's crazy though that she had this baby, and because I had to think about it, I said, where was this baby born at? But then I remember she did a live. If y'all remember, when she gave birth, she did it on live. I'm like, what kind of hospital was that? Like, nobody like called the police? Like, how is it that this is crazy? It's just too much. Okay, listen, what is it, Tanya? Let me tell you something. If my sons ever have a baby, you're right, I'm gonna been got the DNA test before anybody, child, because I need to know. I'm not gonna play games with nobody. You ain't finna be getting me all happy for somebody else's child. So I think the baby is he 2? I mean, we don't know how old the baby is. I think the baby is 2. But the baby don't. Do y'all notice how she always picking him up? Why the baby can't walk? Like, this bitch need to go to jail, y'all. She need to go to jail. Like, this ain't right. Like, she is literally concerned about a man and her baby needs help. That's crazy. Krishan is worried about a dude and her damn baby needs help. That's crazy. But I think they are filming for another show. So good luck with that. A bunch some more crazies on our television show. Okay, y'all, look at this. I just found something else. Let me stop sharing this. Let me stop sharing this. Let me stop. I found something else here. Just give me a second. She's talking about she focusing on co-parenting. Girl, you trying to get back with that man because you were doing a little bit too much hugging him and all of that. Look at this. She says, Krishan responds to negativity. Let me see. Can y'all see it? Okay, y'all can see it. It says Krishan responds to negativity she's recently received, says she's simply focused on co-parenting with Blueface, nothing more. I just want what's best for my son. Girl, you don't want what's best for your son, because if you did, you'd have took him to the damn doctor. Why y'all on that negativity, that negative thing with me? He's there for his son. That's an answered prayer. Obviously, we are just co-parenting. It's been 2 years. That's my baby daddy and best friend. Yeah, 72 hours well spent. His son needed it. And me too. Why you need a grown-ass woman? Do he regulate who I F with? No. Do I regulate who he F with? No. This probably the most mature we've been with one another. 100. Leave me alone. Let him drag. Be happy for him. He's free and can see his son kids. Now, this is, y'all, I want to play this video. Because people were saying that Krishan baby needed love and affection. Because if y'all look at her baby in this picture right here, I'm going to make it bigger. In this picture right here, the baby almost looked like he was standing up. Look at this.
That's another father.
Oh, can't play that. But in this, I don't know, the baby kind of looked like, let me see if I can play a little bit more.
Did all these kids.
Oh, the music. I can't play it because of the music. But look at him. He looks to be trying to stand up. And people were like, that's all that baby needed was some love and affection. Let me see if I can play it without the music. But people were saying that the baby just needed some love and affection. And I said, you know what? That could be true. Because Krishan be looking like she just be dragging the baby along.
Son, what's up, Sonny? You standing up all by yourself now.
So hopefully the baby gets some help, y'all. Thank you, Didi. I'm trying to do better with my makeup. I don't know if I told y'all, but I have a bunch of makeup. I literally buy it, but I just don't wear it. And it's simply because I wash my face several times a day. So generally, if I have on makeup, who want to wipe all the makeup off? So that's kind of why I don't wear makeup. And I really don't wear it in the summer because of all the, your face be sweaty, but I'm trying to do better. So I just really hope that this baby get the help that he needs, because there would be no way that my child will be running around needing all of these services and I'm just running after a dude. Absolutely not. Listen, when my kids were young, and I remember when they were younger, and my children are about, well, they're grown now, but they were about 3 years apart. That was the last thing I was thinking about when they were young. As a matter of fact, me and their father broke up because he felt like I wasn't giving him time. I have 3 children to take care of. If you need time, I guess go get it from your mama, because I have kids to take care of. So I hope this baby gets what he needs. I mean, hopefully, Blueface will get the DNA test to see if this is his child, and hopefully they can help this baby, because this baby needs some help. And I just, this child is struggling. And Chris Sean need her ass whooped because this is bad. This is totally bad. But I feel like that they're coming out with some show that they're trying to stuff down our damn necks. Now, this was another thing I wanted to talk about, y'all. Let me see if I can turn the music down. What y'all think about what age is too old to be twerking? What age is too old to be twerking? What y'all saying in the chat? I think whatever. What age? How old is Akbar? What's her name? Akbar V. What age is too damn old to be twerking? My daughter is 21. I'm too damn old to be twerking. And if I did twerk, it won't be on camera where y'all can see me. Yeah, exactly. How old is this woman? How old is this woman? How old? Let me see how old she is. What's her name? Akbar. How old is this woman? Because she needs to. Okay, she's 36, but still, girl, you too damn old for this. All on here. And I think she has, like teenage kids. You know what I mean? Girl, I would be so embarrassed if this was my mama out here doing all of this. What damn age is too damn old to be twerking? And then she just had a baby acting like this. Girl, sit down somewhere. Somebody said, boss girl said, why is she clapping her funky cottage cheese at the camera like that? Like, girl, what are you doing? At what time? People were still, let me read the comments, y'all. Because I was cracking up. Okay. Let's see what they saying. I know one of the comments said, if all the old women acting young, who gonna be the old women? The old woman. Somebody else says, sit down, granny. Sit down, granny. Girl, come on, girl. Somebody else said all that and husband still cheating. Probably with a what? I don't even know what the hell that means. These people so rude. Somebody said, do your arms too. But this was too much. When I saw that, I was like, girl, come on now. Come on, girl. Crystal said, Akbar is a lost cause. Always a mess. Kimberly said, she not nice in real life. Yeah, I guess, but don't be doing that on camera. This woman got kids. I feel like if you don't have kids, like even, and when I say kids, I mean, even if your kids are grown, like my daughter is 21, my son is 24. I can't do shit like that. I'm not going to be doing nothing like that. It not only is it embarrassing to me, it will be embarrassing to them. But woman, you need to sit your old ass down somewhere. This is doing a little bit too much. That's just a little bit too much, ma'am. I want to see if I can find something else I wanted to show y'all. Just wait a minute. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, I know I got something for y'all. What y'all? I'm finna show y'all something else. Wait a minute. Y'all going, wait a minute. What I do with it? What y'all think about Tawanda bridal shower? What y'all think about Tawanda bridal shower? Tawanda look like a damn fool. Okay, EA. What y'all think about Tawanda bridal shower? Y'all, this is a mess. They always playing music. Look at this. Girl, ain't no way in hell I would have dressed up like that. She looked like a broke down Bridgerton. That don't look right. Nothing about that looks right. What y'all think? Tawanda looked like a scene cut from Coming to America. Oh, that is ugly. Oh, girl, no. That don't look right. She looked like the broke down Bridgerton. Girl, you don't look like them people. You don't look like them people. Tawanda, Tawanda. She looked like a look at this. Look at this shit. Why would you do this? Her husband look old and she look old. Why would y'all do this with this big purple wig? Talking about Bridgerton. You look toe up, Tawanda. I would have never did this. This ain't giving. No, this is not giving at all. So I don't know what Tawanda was doing. Did y'all know what else I heard that I wanted to share with y'all? I heard that somebody had said that she told Tamar that if she showed up to her bridal shower, she was going to call the police. Did anybody else hear that? She should have saved that money and paid Tamar back. Let me tell y'all something. It's hard to meet anybody that will lend you money. I remember back in the days before I moved to Georgia, one of my girlfriends lived in Tennessee. She called me and she was having like something was going on with her car. And I'm like, girl, I'm way in another state. How can I help you? So I'll never forget, I hooked her up with a friend of mine that lived in Tennessee. Hooked them up. They ended up becoming friends. So, my friend was having some difficulties with her car. She needed transportation. She had just a lot of financial stuff going on. Again, I'm in a whole nother state. I can't really do much because I don't live in Tennessee. And at this point, I wasn't living in Georgia. I was way in Wisconsin. So after I hooked her up with another friend who lived in Tennessee, the other friend ended up lending her money, right? They ended up getting into it. The girl who was they both were my friends. She ended up saying, since her and the girl had got into it, that she wasn't going to pay her money back. I'm like, girl, if you find somebody that lends you money, and it was like a couple $1,000s, I said, you don't find people that even got money to even lend you. She ended up not paying her back her money. I'm just like, girl, I wish I hadn't never introduced y'all. When you find somebody that's going to lend you money, pay those people their money back. You never know when you may need them again. I don't understand how people burn bridges like that. I have always been the person that people ask for money and they know that I'm going to say no. So they don't even ask anymore because I realize that a lot of times people that always borrow money is because they ass don't pay back. So I don't even lend people money no more. But I'm just saying, if you have a relationship with somebody that is going to lend you money when you need it, you better pay them their damn money back because you ain't gonna never have nobody else that's gonna do it. Okay. Well, she actually didn't, Boggs girl. So I kind of felt to blame for it because I'm like, dang, I'm the one that hooked them up. But she didn't really feel like that. And I'm so glad she didn't blame me because here I am trying to help somebody, hook them up, and she ended up borrowing the girl money, and then you didn't even pay the girl her money back. I was just like, but people like that. People that money really ain't got it, like Tasha K said. But yeah, I always said, listen, if you have somebody that will lend you money and you gonna try to get their money and not pay them back. But again, that's what I was saying. Generally, people that's always begging for money is because they don't pay people back. I remember another girl that used to be my friend, and she called me one day and she was like, I don't have no money for food. I'm like, okay, I sent her. It was only like $200, but bitch, I needed my $200 back at some point. Never gave me my money back. You know what I mean? Never. And it's been years later. So that's why I don't borrow people money back. And then they act like they'll get an attitude if you ask. And see, I get an attitude if I have to ask for my money back because I feel like if you borrowed it, you owe it. You just give me my shit back. But for some reason, people that's always borrowing money, they don't pay people back. I just learned that. So they know not to ask me. because the only thing I can do if I have enough, I'll give it to you, but I don't borrow money because people don't pay it back. EA says, supposedly the family attorney said none of them are broke. So Tawanda has money but doesn't want to pay Tamar, I guess. Well, EA, so the family attorney, I wouldn't believe shit he says because um, why won't Tawanda pay her taxes then on that house? Because there's, they say that the tax bill is behind and she has now put that property in her husband's name, which is crazy because Tawanda must be dumb as well, because if you owe taxes on a property, you can transfer it to whoever name you want. The taxes are still owed. So I was just like, why would she transfer it to somebody else, with the hope of not paying the taxes? It's really not going to mean nothing because the taxes still have to be paid. Danielle says, same here. Then they want to ghost you or make it seem as though you have the problem. Right, exactly. Like the girl that I lent. And here's the deal. The girl that I lent the money to, this was back in the days when all of our kids were young. We both had the same amount. She had 3 and I had 3. So, bitch, I was trying to be a friend to you. But because, you say you didn't have food, I give you the money, the couple $100, and then all of a sudden, and also too, I forgot about this. During this time, she was actually living in Atlanta and I was actually living in Wisconsin. So I ended up sending her the money. And girl, she ended up changing her number and everything. But I realized too with her, I found out that she had did that to a lot of people. She had did that to a lot of people. Never paid me my money back. And then years later, the crazy part about it is years later, she ended up moving back to Wisconsin and we had ended up seeing each other and talking. I never brought it up because I don't want to be in weird situations, but it just went to her mentality because she never brought it up either. I'm just like, this bitch just really gonna act like she don't owe me my money. So it's just like, I don't like people like that. I don't ever give someone money that I expect to get back. Yeah, because they're not going to give back. Exactly. And that is the model that I live by, Kimberly. I don't give nobody money unless I ain't going to say I don't want it. But if I give somebody money, I have the intent of not getting it back. So that's going to be like $20 or $50, right? Because that's about all I can afford to give away and can't even afford to get that away. $30 for a bus ride trip to an amusement park and took the money to pay her rent. What I miss, Boggs girl? I don't understand. I don't understand your statement. Yeah, I don't get nobody money. Absolutely not. But yeah, EA, I don't, you said read the above. Let me go up. Oh, you said I had a friend in grade school whose family member used her to get the classmates excited about giving $30 for a bus trip to an amusement park. And oh, dirt. These folks going to hell. Not from the kids, though. Yeah, I'm not surprised. These people, whoo, child. And then, y'all know, since I moved to Georgia, I got my scammer alert. Like, I don't believe nobody. Now, I was already just a tad bit paranoid, but now I don't believe shit. I went to a wealth management meeting yesterday, and I said, listen, before I do any business with these folks, I gotta go check them to make sure they legit, because these folks be scamming too much. Everybody be in Georgia. It's like the scammers in Georgia, they are the most elite looking scammers I ever saw in my life, because you would never think that they're scammers. So it's like when I come into contact with people in Georgia, I got to check them all the way out, because you don't know. I'm telling you, they got some next level scamming here in Georgia, child. But stealing from the kids, yeah, you going to hell. That's just, but I'm not surprised. Taking $30 from the kids to pay their rent. Yeah, that's trifling. Yeah, that's pretty trifling, but I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. But that attorney though, that attorney to me is kind of weird though. He gives me bad vibes. Kept saying there was no Braxton with the vagina. I'm like, why would you say, what does the vagina got to do with it? And why would you, that was weird to me. Boss girl said, I ain't never signed up for another bus ride, sis. That traumatized me, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, that family attorney what is his name? Trend something. I can't remember his name, but he weird. He a little sketchy. You right. The way that he even talked about them on live, yeah, that was weird. Like I was like, why would he say there was no Braxton with a vagina? Just say there was no female. Like what's the vagina? That was just weird. Like why? Like you you are an attorney, and that's the only word that you can say. That was given. He was making me believe that there was a reason for his connection with the brother, because I'm like, this nigga weird. Like, why did he say that? Let me see what I got on my list. What else? I think I talked about everything. Read y'all comments. Yeah, he bogus as hell. He real bogus. I know what I need from you, Boggs girl. I cannot find your email. You had sent me an email and I cannot find that email because I was trying to reach out to you to get some more information, but I can't find your email. Can you send it back to me? Can you forward me that email that you sent me about the what was the stuff you were sending me, something about hair? Was it minoxidil? What was that stuff you were sending me? You had emailed me about, I think it was, I just can't find the email. Can you send it back to me, please? Yes, that was it. Nutrafol. Okay, yep, that was it. Okay, I knew it was something. I just couldn't think of what it was. But if you could send it back to me, that would be real good. How is your business going? Because you do the hair thing, right? Are you still doing it? What do y'all think is going to happen with the Braxtons? Okay, I see. I'm going to have to write that down. I'm going to have to go to your website. Okay. What do y'all think going to happen with the Braxtons? What y'all think? I got to write this down in aesthetics. Are you celebrating for the holidays since the shutdown? Well, here's the deal. I keep saying my kids, everybody in my house is grown. And what I've been told, Danielle, is I cook too much food. So I'm going to cook something, but see, the people in my house, girl, they think they bougie, or I don't know who they think they are. They don't like to eat leftovers past one day. So I'm going to cook something, but not a lot. Yeah, I'm going to cook something, but not a lot. I don't know, but I was telling my husband that I don't like Tamar, but I enjoy her music. I wish she would stop doing all those stunts for attention. You know what, Kimberly? I used to feel the same way that you feel. Let me just tell you what changed my perspective on Tamar. I believe that Tamar acts like that based on how she was treated. Now, that's not an excuse, but I kind of understand her a lot more. I mean, because if you look at the dynamic between her and her sisters now, you can kind of understand now, okay, if this is what's happening now, what did that look like as a child? And then you know, if you kind of remember when the Braxtons first came, Tamar was always introduced as the problem. Now, I'm not gonna say she don't be doing little stunts and stuff, but I feel like Tamar was used as a scapegoat because, for one, the girl said she had been SA from, I don't even remember what age, but for a long time. She also said that she told her family about it and they did nothing. So I'm just like, in my mind, like, imagine being a kid, 15 or whatever age she was. I think she said 8 or 9 to the age of 15. Imagine that happening to you in your mind, and then you finally tell somebody and they just be like, girl, whatever. So that's kind of why I do have grace for her, because I feel like the way that they treated her made her into the person that she is. Now she talks about, that she's in therapy. But I believe that, her family kind of contributed to who she is, and that's why she acts like that. I think the show is going to go on, but Tamar might show up on here on timing. I think the Braxtons will be back. The two ladies need money. Right. Okay. Yeah. Now that she is now, yeah, Tamar. No, I have to agree. I mean, it's been too many instances. We know that Tamar gonna jump on anything and anybody, because y'all know that thing that she did with Mendices, that was all because Mendices and Yandy was trending with regards to their relationship. So then Tamar jumps on it to get him to do something for her so that it can look like. So yeah, she does. Now that she does do very well. Tamar was always the outcast. She broke that doo-wop pop girl right. Right. I agree with you, Lakeysha, but she's pushing. Yeah, I get it. She needs to be proactive, get the help that she needs, learn some coping skills, and move on. If that means cutting her family off, yes. But what she doing now is gonna take a lot of therapy, because that's now built into her personality. That's gonna be a mess right there. Somebody said the family attorney is a scammer himself, and you know what? It's given that. It's given that family attorney. Absolutely not. Yeah, it's given. It's given. That's what it's given. You said. Oh wait. You said to Juan. You mean Sean? I think you mean Sean. You said to Juan, but I think you mean to Sean to try and go live with. What you mean? It says to Juan to try and go live with her husband, talking about how he could take care of her, and he said no, you got to get a job. You can't sit around. I think you mean Sean. You mean like Tawanda and Sean. I think that's who you're talking about. I think that's who you're talking about. Somebody said, I think Box Girl said, I think Tamar need her own spinoff call. I think Tamar need her own spinoff, period. Somebody said she's been saying she's in therapy for the past 15 years. Stop. That is funny. Listen, let me just tell y'all I don't know if I share with y'all my experience with therapy. See, this has been my experience with therapy. You can get a therapist, and unfortunately, just because you paying them, a lot of times they are not doing for you what they should be doing, because a lot of times it's strictly about the money. So she may need to get a new therapist. I have went through so many therapists. The last lady, I stopped seeing her, because you're not going to keep coming to my therapy sessions telling me about your mama. Like, girl, get your own session. So I'm just like, this lady. And then she was unorganized. I'm just like, you know what? I'm finna read some books and take notes, because at this point, I'm tired of these therapists, because a lot of them need a damn therapist. Why they trying to be one? So sometimes, you know, you may have to, you know, get you the right therapist. You can't just, you know, be meeting these people and hiring them. And sometimes they, you know, they may not be okay for you. And some of these therapists, think about it. If you're a therapist and Tamar is your client, you probably want to keep her as a client. You probably skating on thin ice. You really don't want to tell her what's really the real because you don't want her to fire you. So, I mean, she could, you know, possibly have been going to a therapist for 15 years, but just don't have the right therapist. And that's why I keep getting rid of the ones I have because I'm just like, I need somebody that's going to hold me accountable, that's going to push me and not keep coming on here talking to me as if you my friend. Like, I don't need a damn friend. If I'm coming to therapy, I want to work on some stuff. And some of these therapists is trash. Some of them are trash. I mean, I'm just being honest. Some of them are trash. I'm just like, you need a damn therapist. So I said, I don't know. I'll probably try it again next year. I'm so sick of these therapists. Some people have to live with their mental issue no matter who the therapist is being. Yeah, that's everybody. That's everybody. That's pretty much everybody. I agree. I agree. Somebody asked me about my lipstick. Y'all give me a minute. I'm about to go get the name. Give me a second. Okay, it's Ruby Woo. I forgot to. Okay, y'all. See, I forgot. When I buy stuff, like when I get stuff I really like, I keep it forever. And for this lipstick right here, I had bought like 3 of them. This is called, I'm going to put it in the chat. It's Ruby Woo. It's MAC and it's Ruby Woo. That's the color. I'm going to put it in the chat. Yeah, I can still see it. I remember I had probably bought like 4 of them. Hopefully they still make it. But I've had this for, well, I don't know if I have had this particular one, but I have bought a lot of them. It's Ruby Woo. Oh, that's the same color you have. Oh, okay. Okay, that is Ruby Woo. Okay, well, I guess they still sell it because, like I said, I bought a whole bunch of these. And I just, you know, because, you know, sometimes they stop selling stuff. So when I'll be finding stuff I like, I'll buy a lot of them. And then I got that Rihanna one, which I really like. It's super creamy. Oh, yeah, you said I've had it for about 5 years. Yep, I've had that probably for longer than that because I bought a few of them. I bought a few. But like I said, I like the Rihanna one. But the only thing with that one is it's so creamy that if you're not paying attention, it'll be all on your teeth. But I love that one too. And I actually got that one off the TikTok shop. Okay, yep. Well, we got the same color. Yep, I have 2 reds that I like, and it's those 2. Yeah, it is. It's dry. It sure is. Yep. Yeah, the Ruby Woo is dry, and that's why I said I got the Rihanna one, which is creamy, but I just don't. I mean, if I put that on and I'm talking, it'll be round like I'll be on my teeth. I used to work at Cosmetics Co-store and it was a major sale. Oh, the Ruby Woo. Okay, it's so good. Yeah, I've had, and see, this is the last one. So this is pretty much all gone. And like I said, I had this for years. I mean, I bought a few of them though. And then I don't wear, you know, makeup that much. So it lasts me forever. And so I used to buy everything MAC. I don't. I have a few different things that I buy. So I used to be a total like MAC person, but I'm not. I go to Sephora. So I get a lot of different brands. I used to go to like the department store and get my makeup, but now I just go to Sephora because Sephora got everything. So I go there. Yep, it sure is. It's a matte. It's very dry. That is, and that's why I like it because I don't have to worry about it getting on my teeth. So yeah, I love this Ruby Woo. And then I have a natural color that I wear. I think it's like a pink. But other than that, those are the only two colors that I wear. Is those two. All right, what else y'all saying in the chat? Yes, I love this color. It's the perfect red, at least for me. Oh, okay. You say I'll buy whatever. Yeah, me too. I'll buy whatever. I'm just not restricted to MAC. But I used to go to, that's where I would go to Macy's to buy my makeup. But like I said, the reason why I go to Sephora because it's like they got everything. You know, you just go there, they got everything. You said you can barely find their Spike lip liner. You talking about the MAC. Okay. Oh, you're saying that Sephora? Yeah. I'm also too trying to really perfect my makeup because I will be going to Sephora getting the dang on makeover. You said I still go to Macy's for my MAC. Sephora carries MAC. You know what? That's a good question. Do they carry MAC? You know what? I don't know because the makeup that I bought from them, it wasn't MAC. So this MAC that I got, I bought it from the what is that? What's that store? Macy's. So I bought mine from Macy's, but again, I've had this for a long time. But I assume that they carried all brands. They don't. I don't know. I don't know if they carry MAC. I just assumed that they did. But the one that I have, I bought that one from Macy's. I didn't know that they didn't. Oh, you say you like Ulta too. Ulta. I've never bought any makeup from Ulta. Oh, you said they don't carry MAC. I don't think they carry MAC. I get their. Oh, I didn't know. But you know what? Maybe they don't because if I look at like I have went there and got a makeover, all of the stuff that I got from them has not been MAC. I just assumed that this is, they just recommended me whatever. But like I said, I just buy whatever, looks okay. Google says in early 2026 they will carry MAC products, so they don't carry it. Oh, that was a good catch. Like I said, I don't know. Because I used to be restricted to the MAC, and I was like, oh, I only want MAC, but no, other stuff looks just as good. So I'm definitely not restricted to MAC makeup. Oh, yeah. You said, well, that's awesome because Sephora is closer to me than Lenox Mall. Yeah, that's where I go and pretty much get all my stuff. It's kind of like a one stop because, like I said, they got so many brands, So I just normally go there. But before I was, going to like Macy's get my makeup. But yeah, Sephora. And then, now they got, depending on, when you spend money, it kind of go toward like a coupon, and sometimes you get, different things off or you get something for free. So I just go there. Somebody said stop going to Sephora because they're a major supporter of the current administration and his campaign. Yeah, I can believe that. It's so many. Oh my goodness. I mean, I believe Apple supports that administration. Yeah, it's so many. I believe it. Did y'all see this comment? Stop going to Sephora because they are a major supporter of the current administration and his campaign. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I am not surprised. That motherfucker Donald Trump doing everything but damn. If he don't get the hell up out of here. Oh my goodness. Yep. You said it. Yep. Apple, Meta, Amazon. Yep. Isn't that something else? We live in a messed up world. That's why I always tell people I I never tell people not to get a job. Get a job, but please find something you can do outside of your job. Find something that you can do outside of your job, because whatever you do, obviously at your job, they got control. They can fire you, but anything that you're doing separate from your job, look at all of the federal workers that lost their job. The crazy part is, when I started working for the federal government 2 years ago, that is when I really started going on social media. I don't know if I shared this story with y'all, but when I had started working for the federal government, I didn't have to be at work until 3 o'clock. I'm an early person, so I wake up early, and I said, what the hell I'm gonna do for the rest of the day? So that is how I started getting on social media. That is where my start came. I said, well, I'm going to get on social media and see, how I can make money on social media, because I be damned if I'm going to just be sleep and wake up at 1 o'clock and go to work. So I said, okay, this is the opportunity for me to like build my platform up, to see what this, social media is all about. That's kind of how I started, getting on social media. And luckily I did, because guess what happened to the federal government? Y'all see it. So yeah, it's crazy. Am I the only one who believes that? Girl, that damn ballroom. Am I the only one who believes that ballroom will not be finished while he's in office? It's just a front to launder money or to funnel pay. That mother is doing a lot of illegal stuff. You can believe that. Talking about you don't want to pay people. So y'all know that the federal government has what is it, like an emergency fund or something? And he's talking about he's going to pay people half of their SNAP benefits. Get this, y'all. Get this. And I can go find it online. Do y'all know that the stores were going to give people who got SNAP 50% off, because they were saying, if you only gonna get 50% of your benefit, we gonna give you 50% off. Do you know the Trump administration told them that they cannot do that, because they will be giving people with SNAP a discount and they have to treat everybody the same? I can go find it. Y'all want me? Let me go find it for y'all. Let me find it for y'all. I'm gonna find it. It's right here. All right, so let me show y'all this. So the government, had stated that they were gonna pay out 50%, give people 50% of their SNAP benefits, right? So look at what the Trump administration does. Let me see if I can make it right here. All right, move that. So the Trump administration threatens the stores by telling them they cannot give discounts to people on food stamps. Now, here's the deal, too. Let's just throw this out there. The lies that they've been telling for years, saying that Black people are the number one on food stamps, is a damn lie. For one, we are not the majority. We are the minority. We are the smallest group of people. But the fact that there are hungry folks out here, and if the stores wanted to give a discount to say, hey, if your stuff costs $500, we're gonna give it to you for $250. They said, oh, absolutely not. You will not give those people a discount. Yes, Kimberly, I sure did. That's why you got to listen to the voice inside of you that's saying, do something else. Because what I did know, so when I took the job at the federal government, I only took it because I had worked previously at the federal government. And my experience has always been, once you got in, you can go from one job to another. I didn't know that when I got down here at the Internal Revenue Service that every damn body was going to be Black. Well, I actually liked that part. But what I didn't understand is that their ass was going to be ghetto. They were going to be unprofessional. And they did not want you to move from another position. Even if you were in a position that was under your qualification. So let's say you were overqualified for a job and you just took it because you just wanted to get in, which is what I did. But what I learned is once you got in there, they want you to kiss their ass. They only promote you if they like you and you kissing it. So a bunch of bullshit that I didn't like. So before, when I worked for the SBA, I started working for the SBA. I had been there for 30 days and was able to apply for another position that paid way more. SBA didn't care. It wasn't a whole bunch of people that looked like us that seemingly didn't seem like they wanted to see other people go to the next level. So when I learned that, I was like, oh, I got to get up out of here because this is not what I anticipated. So unfortunately, it wasn't what I thought. And that was really the only reason why I applied for the job, because they had a lot of other positions and I thought that I was going to be able to navigate, but that didn't happen. So, yeah. And then this happened. So, the only thing that, did come out of, this ridiculous president is, for, the government employees, they said, okay, listen, if you want to leave, we'll let you leave and we'll pay you for the time. That was the only thing that really worked in my benefit, because I thought about it. I said, listen, I don't want to be here. I said, this job is mentally, like the job was mentally, when I tell you mentally, it had mentally drained me to the point that I would just go there. I was hardly even speaking to the people because I didn't want to be there. It was just so, I hated the job. So when they presented that offer, I was like, yep, I'm gone. I said, I got to go because my mental health, I couldn't do it no more. So, I did it. And it's worked out thus far. But yeah, I'm glad that I left, because mentally it was draining. I hated that job so much. I literally could sit in my car and cry, but that job was, whew, child. When I tell you those people, it reminded me of high school. That's kind of how the people acted. But he has all of the money to pay. Here's the deal, Emily. We don't know if he have all of the money. What if the money ain't even there? What if there's no money? We don't know what these people been doing with the money. You got his what's that man, Cash Patel? He was just caught going on the date on the taxpayers' dollar in the jet with the girlfriend. Did y'all read about that? These people are doing anything. They're just doing whatever they want to do. So they're doing whatever they want to do. They are doing whatever they want to do. We don't know if he has the money to pay EBT. The money probably not even there. I honestly believe that Trump is stealing like hell. And now that the Democrats now has taken some sort of an advantage, his ass is trying to figure out what he gonna do next, because I believe that they're stealing. That's what I believe. Trump gave Argentina $40 million to bail out Argentina. But here's the deal. I believe that Trump is giving these different countries money because it's benefiting him. Now get this. Now China is buying beef from, guess who? China now is buying beef from Argentina, and they're not buying it from us. So how is that helping us? Exactly. He's building up a whole nother damn country. So it's just, this man is, I think he was trying to bankrupt or take the United States under because his ass is stealing. He's doing, that man, I'm telling you, when he come out of that office, they gonna find a lot of shit that man done did and stole. He done did. First of all, what president did we ever have that needed to take control of our social security number? You need to know who's getting paid. What kind of weird shit is that? Like, why does he need to see the checkbook of the federal government? Isn't that weird? That's weird. I believe Trump has stole. It's probably no money for EBT because he probably stole it all. It's probably not there. Kimberly says the only reason he's over there in Argentina is because he wants the rare earth stuff to build the data centers that fuel AI. What all I can say is whatever he's doing, it's benefiting him. He's whatever he's doing, he getting a kickback. That man ain't that. The man is a scammer. It is what it is. Y'all, they can talk about Obama. They can talk about whoever they want. This man is a scammer. He's a scammer. He only helps when it benefits him. Like, you know how regular presidents, they give pardons and stuff like that. People was even saying that they feel like Donald Trump is charging people for pardons. Now, I don't know if that's true, but that's what the people saying. They said that they feel like he is charging for pardons. Always that girl one. Thank you so much for the super chats. I appreciate it. But yeah, this man, child, it's probably no money in Snap. It's probably nothing there. I wouldn't be surprised. He is charged, that rapper code. I've heard that this man is charging people for pardons. I'm telling you, this is what they saying. I believe it. I mean, think about it. If you look, if I was in jail in hell, he charged me for a pardon and I could pay it, I'm paying it. I mean, who wouldn't? But it's illegal. It's illegal. This man thinks that he's untouchable, for one, because of the color of his skin. Let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is. But I hope they throw his ass under the jail and everybody with him. They all need to go to jail and they should never get out. Yeah, I believe he charged NBA Youngboy. I believe he charged all of them. He's a fucking scammer. He's looking out for his own benefit. What did they say Donald Trump's net worth is? I think it's like, let's look it up. They said it done tripled or something. They said his okay. So listen, Donald Trump net worth is 7 point. Well, I don't know if this is correct, but it says 7.8. But they said when this man went into office, it was only a couple billion. So what? I mean, how is that? How is that? And you know what, Emily? I hope all of they ass get out of there. Every last one of them need to go. Every last one of them need to go. Their seats will be up next. That's because the Republicans back him. That's why we have to change the House of Representatives to blue next year. Absolutely. And all of them needs to lose their freaking jobs. They need to lose their job. Now, I know Marjorie is out here selling this, story. That bitch, she need to go too. Because she was with it too. She was with it too. She needs to go. She needs to go. Girl, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what that means, ma'am. I'm just gonna. He gained all of that after he was president, and he was broke before he was president. I read it was like 4 billion. Yeah, he's just. But they try to tell the people, but. Do y'all know, I'm not even going to call this person out, but somebody in my family told me. Now, this is a person that's on every form of government assistance that the law allows. They don't have a job, right? This person voted for Donald Trump. And I asked the person, I said, why would you vote for Donald Trump and you don't have a job? You get rent assistance, you get Medicaid, you get food, you get everything. So why would you vote for Donald Trump? I was just curious, like, why? Like, why would you vote for him? And he said that he's going to take away all of this stuff. And the person told me that they were going to vote for Donald Trump because they didn't like Kamala. And I said, well, did you ever meet her before? I said, because how do you not like somebody that you never met? And I said, I wouldn't give a damn if I liked her or not. If I get these programs and she is not seeming like she gonna cut them, you'll vote for Donald Trump. So wait a minute. When Donald Trump, the shutdown, I asked the person, I said, so what's up now? I said, how you gonna get your food? You know what the food told me? Oh, well, it's just public assistance. I'll figure it out. I said, you will figure it out. I said, so wouldn't it would have made sense if you probably wouldn't have voted for him? I said, because you sitting over there saying you're going to figure it out. And this was even crazier. The person said, I've been trying to call the federal government all day. They close. I said, have you not been watching the news? I said, so when they say the government was shut down, I said, you thought that it only applied to the federal workers and that you would still be able to get through to the federal government so that they can answer your question. I'm just like, girl, what? So it's like the Donald Trump supporters are freaking delulu in real life. And did y'all see the man on, I think he on TikTok, he said his sister, and this is the thing though, the person that I'm talking about is an educated person. I think she has 2 master's degrees. Okay. That's how you know education ain't everything for everybody, right? She still don't have a job, right? Can't find one. Now, the white guy was saying that his sister have a master's degree, but his sister, received food stamps and all of this, and called him trying to get money because she said that Donald Trump, and he said he hung up on her. And I said, good for her. Good for you. Because, bitch, what you vote for him for? And now you're talking about you ain't got money to buy food. Well, I tell you what, walk your ass to the White House and go outside of the White House fence and call his name and tell him that you need your food stamps. I said, this is the dumbest. Like, why would you vote for that? Like, how stupid are you? That's just crazy. Girl, I don't listen, Taya. I'm telling y'all, because I don't care that it's my family. Like at this point, it's just like, y'all, these people are dumb. Like, what were you thinking? Now, I would feel a little bad for you if you say I didn't, but and then this person would be like, when I would talk to her, after I had just said, I just can't talk to this person no more because this is a real nutcase. Donald Trump gonna get him. I said, hold up. I said, why do you keep saying Donald Trump gonna get them? I said, as if you're separate. I said, so why do you feel like you're separate from anybody else? I said, ma'am, you ain't got a job. You ain't got nothing. Like, I'm just being real. You don't have nothing going on. And you talking about Donald Trump gonna get the people. And then she went on to say, I said, you're saying Donald Trump is gonna get people that's working a job, and you think it's funny that the people get laid off from their job and you ain't even got one? So I figured it out. The Trump supporters are miserable too. Them motherfuckers is miserable. They're miserable. Because I said, you sitting there talking about Donald Trump gonna get people and lay them off, and that's funny? What's funny about that? Girl, she does. That's why I said I had to stop talking to her, because I'm just like, ma'am, what? What are you saying? This don't even make sense. She says, oh, well, it's okay that my food stamps is cut off because it's really a public benefit. I said, but you need it. That's why you signed up for it. I mean, you supposed to get it if, you just like, girl, what? So it's okay because Donald Trump did it. I'm like, girl, I can't talk to you right now. I got to go. Donald Trump is the biggest welfare queen of them all. The government pays all his damn bills. Yeah, he crying about folks relying on SNAP. And that's not all, because y'all remember Donald Trump's first presidency, and then everybody was talking about what is that thing that he created, the loans that everybody was getting. He was the number one person that really took advantage of that. What was it? What was it? The loans that everybody was getting. What was that called? I can't think of it, y'all. It was the payment protection thing or whatever. I can't remember. Yeah, PPP. Now y'all know he was the biggest partaker in the PPP loans. Donald Trump ain't nothing but a scammer his damn self. Somebody said going to be at your house for Thanksgiving. Yeah, I'm gonna have a little something, something. Keep in mind, y'all, my kids is grown. That is such a blessing because a lot of times I don't even cook. Like, they gotta, they kind of make their own stuff. Like my daughter, she really bougie, y'all. I told her she got to get the hell out, but she really buys her own food. My daughter is so freaking bougie. She live in my house. She don't pay no bills, but she lock all her damn food up. Like we can't eat her shit, but she live here for free. She really gets on my nerves. I be like, girl, you need to get out. Like seriously. So she really she cooks her own food and everything. My one son, he probably eat out a lot, but I'll buy stuff from, for him that he can kind of make on his own. But I'm over the cooking stuff. But I did, like I said, I'm gonna make a little something, but I'm not, I'm not gonna do all of that. Cause around here they act funny. And I don't like to waste food. I don't like to waste food. Yeah, she is my daughter. Ooh, she's so irritating. And then I'll see her eating my stuff and I'll be like, excuse me, did you buy that? Like, what are you doing? Like, it's like, oh, I'm just using a little. Oh, you're just using a little. What? You didn't ask. Girl, you just can't be using people's stuff. Right. She's so irritating. I told her, I said, girl, when I move, I don't know if I want you to be cooking in my kitchen because us women don't like other folks cooking in our kitchen. Like you literally be cooking in the kitchen. Like you be spilling stuff on side of the stove and I gotta pull it out and I'm like, girl, you can't be doing that. I told her she probably gonna have to get her some hot plates or something and do that because girl, like I be seeing little spills. I'm like, that's not the way that it goes. Your little cleanup be a little bit off. It be a little bit off. But yeah, I don't know. I think I've read some kind of conflicting stuff too online too with regards to these SNAP benefits. Somewhere else saying that they not gonna release them. Then that what is that White House press secretary, the little weirdo lady, said that they are going to release them, but it takes a while. And I'm just like, girl, what are you talking about? When you get SNAP, if they tell you it come on your damn card on the 8th, it's on your card. So I'm just confused. Honestly, y'all, I don't think they know what the hell they're doing. They probably don't even know how to put the shit on the card. Did anyone city experience supermarket looting? No. Hell no. In Georgia, honey, they taking you straight to jail. So I don't think they're gonna be doing it down here. Because your ass is going to jail. So, and I think that was just some stuff that they did online. These folks don't want to go to jail for no food. I mean, you gonna go in the store to steal food that you ain't gonna be able to eat because you're going to jail. You're going to jail. Did anyone city experience supermarket looting? Right. Right. I see that on like TikTok. I think that's just some shit they doing. Ain't nobody crazy. You gonna go to you're gonna go to jail. You're not gonna get the food anyway because you're going to jail. You're going to jail. And then they talking about they going to Walmart to steal. Walmart is the store you don't want to steal from. Every time I go in Walmart, somebody going to jail. Don't go to Walmart and steal. That's the place you don't want to steal at. So I don't know what they talking about. They finna walk in Walmart. That's the last place to steal. Right. Trump needs to issue. Yes. Man, don't give a damn. While people, starving and trying to figure out how they gonna make ends meet, he was having a damn party at what is that, Mar-Lago, wherever the hell he lived. You know what? That's a good one. Another thing too, y'all. This was another thing. If I think you can Google videos on this. Trump wants to deploy the military, and I'm going to tell you why. Because there's something in the Constitution that says if there is a civil war, guess what? They can cancel elections. So I believe this creep, I think one of the things he was trying to do was to starve people, because I mean, y'all know when people get hungry, I mean, if I was hungry and I need some food, I may have to go, be a little sticky fingers. I don't know. You know what I mean? If you hungry, you don't know what the hell you would do. So I feel like that was also one of his ploys to set up the country for a damn civil war. That's what I think. Right. Look at this, Emily Jordan. Donald spent $60 million playing golf on taxpayers' dollars since he's been in office. Exactly. He don't care. He don't care. And talking about he don't have enough to fund SNAP. Not only that, too, going back and forth to his other property. Y'all know he have to have security. This man is, he gotta go. He gotta go. I tell you, for the presidential election, I told my son, listen, you got to round up your friends. We need to get them registered. If they not registered, we got to get everybody registered. We got to get everybody registered. So I don't know, Kimberly. I live in the Swanee Duluth area, and ours is open. Our Walmart is open. Someone said the states are going to beef up security. Yeah, but this was all Trump's plan. This was all this idiot's plan. He's trying to make us be in an unsafe environment so he can invoke martial law, so he can cancel elections, because he know nobody is messing with him. Nobody is messing with him. Whatever the people thought that they was getting from Donald Trump, they realized that it was all a scheme that Donald Trump set up. Yeah, did you see his yep, that's what I was meaning. Yep, the Great Gatsby party. Yep, for Halloween. That's what I meant. He's somewhere enjoying himself while people trying to figure out where they going to get their next meal from. I mean, now listen, it's folks out here, that's getting snapped, that, they probably doing hair and all type of stuff under the table. I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about people that really need it. Right, to come to us with the BS. Yep. But hopefully we get his ass out of there. Latinos voted for Republicans when Democrats are the one who voted to let them know the country Republicans voted against them. Yes, and I think, Emily, in this primary, it seemed like that they woke up. They woke up, because I don't know, why would you vote for somebody that say Mexicans and Latinos is from shithole countries? Like, why would you say something like that? Like, who says that? That is crazy. I'm afraid grocery stores will become like banks if SNAP isn't issued. Ooh, what happens at banks when people are at their wits' end? Ooh. Yeah, and y'all, listen, SNAP, just like Medicaid, just because you don't get it, it don't mean that it don't help the dollar stay in your pocket, because, that does help. It just boggles my mind how he gets to live in the lap of luxury on the taxpayers' dollar, I think, while the world is in total collapse and disarray. And that is exactly what he wants. This is by design. Like, this man he don't care. He doesn't give a F-U-C-K. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Yeah, you're right, Emily. Yep. A lot of people on SNAP are working Yeah, that is true. Yeah, some people, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Cause it really, yep, you're right. Cause it goes by, cause I mean, I got a cousin that got like 8 kids. And girl, I know she get it because girl, there is no way in hell that you would make enough money. You're right. You're right. I forgot about that. Yep. And also too, if you think about it, I mean, if you just think about everything that's happening, if you hungry, is you gonna go vote? Hell no. Who voting hungry? You trying to figure out where you gonna get your next meal. This is all created by design, this man. This is all set up. That's why they're having to go to court and get judges to issue rulings. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. Only 3 million out of the 44 are able-bodied single people. Yeah, listen. I agree, and I think people should get SNAP because the way that I feel is there's gonna always be disabled, there's always gonna be elderly, and people are not gonna always work. Even if you had a job, at some point you could be let go, you could be downsized. And I don't know if anybody in here, well, I know somebody do, but have y'all ever, if you live in Georgia, put a 1 in the chat if you have ever applied for unemployment, because baby, Georgia unemployment, good effing luck. Good effing luck. When I tell you that is a joke, Georgia is a mess. So it's definitely something that, you got to have it. People need to be able to apply. I mean, here's the deal. How is it that Americans can't get SNAP and you sending money to other damn countries? That's crazy. You said no, and I heard it's only $325 a week, no matter if you make over. Right. No, that's not even a part I'm talking about. The $325 a week is the problem that I'm talking about is getting it. When I tell you they send you through so many. So the rule with unemployment is they have how many days? I want to say, is it like 30 or 40 days? Whatever it is, Georgia may take 6 damn months. By the time Georgia send you a check, you will be evicted. You'll be homeless. So these folks in here, they don't follow any rules. They have guidelines and rules when they process your unemployment claim. They don't follow it here. So yeah, it's low. It's $325 no matter how much you make. But the problem is the way that they process it and how long they take. That's the problem. Right. It's like COVID employed. Right. It takes a very long time. Yeah, child. Yeah, it takes a very long time. I remember when I first worked for the government and I was laid off and they gave us our papers and everything. Like they give you everything. Imagine giving them all of that and waiting. By the time I got the money from unemployment, I was already working somewhere else. Like it literally took them like 6 months. Yeah, it's a mess. I don't know if it's because Georgia just got so many people, but they do not follow the rules. They just don't. Which is ridiculous when Georgia has some of the highest state taxes and don't write. Yes, they take forever. They take forever. Crazy part is you pay into unemployment, right? You do pay into unemployment, absolutely. And so Boggs girl, so New York is following the law because it's not supposed to take forever. The people are unemployed. They are collecting the unemployment to pay their bills. Hello, but Georgia, baby, bye. You'll be homeless. That little $300, that you're supposed to be using to pay whatever bill. Good luck. Good luck. So it's a mess. It is a mess. It is a mess. So yeah, but hopefully this Brian Kemp will go the way because He's not running for re-election, I heard. So hopefully we can get somebody else in there. Hopefully we can get somebody else in there because he sucks. He's a Republican governor and he needs to go. Did y'all know that in the state of Georgia during COVID, a lot of people was evicted and the state of Georgia had so much money. Do y'all know what happened to that money? Brian Kemp sent it all back. Did y'all know that? So people lost their housing and all of that and did not take advantage of the resources that was here because for one, they had the money so long that it had to be sent back. So when the federal government give you money, depending on what the money is for, if it's not used, you have to send it back. So they were talking about how so many people in Georgia lost their house and that money was sent back to the federal government. How stupid is that? Brian Kemp needs to go. You said, did you hear or already talk about JD Vance and Erica Kurt? I did not. I mean, I've heard some stuff about her saying that JD Vance reminds her of her husband. Is that what you're speaking of? Well, so this is what I heard, Emily. So Emily's question is, were they holding back people from using it? Did they not already? So this is what I heard. When you apply, because I went online, I wanted to see what it was all about. When you apply for the COVID funding for like if you were losing your house, they had you doing way too much for one. For one, if a person said that they was losing a house or whatever, they should have asked them for an eviction notice and just gave them the money. They were requesting people to do so much stuff that apparently they couldn't get through all of the applications in enough time. So therefore they ended up sending the money back. That's what happened. So they were doing too much. Why are you micromanaging? I mean, if somebody says they're evicted and you contact the landlord and they give you a slip, give the money, write the check and move on. So they were doing too much to the point that they could not get through all of the applications. So therefore they had an abundance of money left. How stupid is that? I think I can find something like that online. Let me see. Georgia COVID funds returned. Let me see if I can find it. But yeah, the money was sent back. That's a shame. Oh, y'all, this is crazy. $10 million. Let me show y'all this. Look at this, y'all. See, I didn't even know it was that bad. Y'all, they returned $10 million. Oh boy, I didn't know that. Look, it's right here. Atlanta Housing Fund. The city of Atlanta had to return $10 million of the $21 million in the last round of its COVID relief housing and rental assistance funds to the U.S. Treasury because the funds were not allocated to the citizens before the program deadline. Now, how stupid is that? How stupid is that? So these people was evicted, lost their house because they did not issue the money fast enough. They didn't issue it fast enough because they were, worried about little dumb shit. Like, okay, this your landlord. Well, why, just little stupid stuff. Just give the people the money and move on. Like, let them deal with whatever it is. Just give them the money and move on. So the money was returned to the government. Yep. But I remember that because it was on the news. So yeah, they didn't. Yeah, one thing I learned about this state, they don't want to give you shit. Georgia is not going to give you shit. This is not the state for giving you nothing. And it's really a shame because during COVID, so many people lost their jobs, like so many people. And, that money was definitely money that, they could have used to help people, but it got sent back. Also, too, with the state of Georgia, I also learned that Georgia usually has a huge emergency fund. Y'all know why? Because so many people in Georgia, y'all, I'm sure y'all probably know people that work 2 and 3 jobs. They get an abundance of tax money, like because it's just so many people working, and you got dumb ass, what's his name, Brian Kemp, that's not even willing to do anything to help the people on SNAP. So it's just like California, Emily said, California paid $854 billion in taxes to the federal government. Texas, Florida, and Arizona, all rest states got welfare for our tax money. Yep. Look, California, $854 billion. Yeah. Georgia, I'm telling you, Georgia has a lot of money. They have a lot of money. I remember one year, and I said I needed to call the state because they were saying that people were going to get like another check because they had this abundance of money. And I was like, I need to call them because I don't remember ever getting a check. But yeah, Brian Kemp needs to go. So I can't wait to see, who the next governor is going to be, because he needs to go. Like he's trash. Definitely trash. And y'all, we done been on here past the time that I was gonna be on here. Like, it's almost 2 hours, y'all. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. Now I got to go. See y'all later. Girl, they said about $200 and something. Some state check. We'll check, I think, last year. Well, that's what I'm saying. I never got it, Kimberly, girl. I gotta check on my $200 then. See y'all later.